Hi guys, I hope you're all well and healthy. As we look at something slightly different today, I want to speak about our recovery a little bit more. I want to look at another sort of angle of our recovery, and looking at a little bit of how perhaps we can feel sometimes discouraged in our recovery. Let me unpack what I mean by that. Sometimes we're often doing the work on our lives, on ourselves, and people don't always necessarily see the improvements to our life and see, wow, he's different now to how he was last year. His life's moved forward. He's not the same person as he used to be. And sometimes we can be discouraged by that. Sometimes we can really be questioning whether we're doing the right thing if people are not noticing the changes. And what I want to say is, obviously, we're not doing it for the people, we're doing it for us first and foremost. Yes, recovery takes a lot from us. I think emotionally it takes a lot, energy wise it takes a lot. It obviously asks for honesty in our lives, which we may not have been before. It asks for accountability, which I think is key. That people really need to be, we need to be surrounding ourselves with certain key friends or people who know our situation. That's really important. And it asks us to confront parts of ourselves which in the past we probably have naturally avoided, but now we're in recovery. The tables are flipped around. Our lives are flipped upside down, if you like. We're having to find another way forward, not going on the same track, not being sort of muzzled by our addiction anymore, but we are moving in a new, healthy direction forward. And much of the work on ourselves that we do happens quietly, it happens behind closed doors, it happens privately, away from recognition, away from the applause of others, away from the validation that others would want to give us. As much as we like to be validated, and as important that is, we aren't doing it for that reason. And if we're not careful, we can often begin to think, what is the point? What am I doing this for? I think that's really real. You can ask yourself, or talk to yourself, I'm making different choices for my life, better choices, I'm changing. No one seems to be noticing this. I'm not the same person as I was. And perhaps you've worked to become really, really honest now in your life and more dependable and more consistent. And yet the trust that I talked about a week or two ago hasn't returned yet. And perhaps sometimes it may not, but it may not return. We can't rush trust back into our life. It takes years to build and seconds to knock down, as we know. But we have to be prepared that sometimes trust may not be built back, but we would hope that it could return one day if we're doing all the right things and being the right person now. Not just lip service, not just talking the talk, but really walking the walk now. Being really, really honest in our lives again. The cards are on the table. The honesty is there now. There's no more sort of excuses we can keep flagging up. And what I want to say is this key thing now is that relationships often that we would hope to improve or would hope to return to us healed, restored, forgiven, may still feel distant and not where we want it to be. And that, I think, is really, really painful. I can only speak firsthand of that situation, because all of us in our lives want our efforts to mean something and to make the difference and to matter. All of us want evidence that the work we are doing is meaningful and is changing and doing something better than it's ever done before. Recovery teaches us something really important. It teaches us that not all progress is immediately visible to others. So don't let that discourage you guys if that is the way you feel. I understand it. We are not doing the work of recovery for other people. We are doing it for us. We are working on our lives. We are working on the fabric of the person that I am. To be healthier, to be better. To not be chained and bound by an addiction that was robbing you of everything and everyone. Think of the dark times in your life that your addiction has taken you places, dark places too. You don't want that anymore for your life as much as I don't. And so this is why it's really serious and really real. Some of the most significant changes you will ever make in your life happen long before anyone has ever seen them. A bit like a foundation of a house. Let's just give that analogy right now. If the foundations of a house are not in, and they're not correct, and they're not planned, and they're not perfectly right, in the right area, in the right environment, in the right situation, the house will not progress. The build process will not continue to be right. It will fail in other areas way before windows and roofs go on, and goodness knows what else goes in a house. If those foundational structures aren't strong and aren't proper and aren't in and aren't supporting the rest of it, it will collapse. So will our life. It is the same situation. And character, your character and my character, develops way, way long before it becomes obvious to other people that, hey, he doesn't react like that anymore. Hey, he doesn't get angry like that anymore. He doesn't get upset by stuff like he used to. They might not see that straight away. Over time, of course they will. Of course they will. Because if your commitment depends on the recognition of others to your recovery, it will become difficult to sustain long term, I can tell you that. The deeper question we need to ask ourselves is really this: would you still do the right thing if nobody noticed? Would you still choose integrity for your life if nobody noticed? Would you still honour your commitments and keep moving forward with momentum forwards and not retracting back to your addiction once again? Because ultimately recovery isn't about proving something to other people. No, it is about becoming someone you can respect when you look at yourself in the mirror, and the person looking back at you is a man of honesty and integrity and value and worth. That's what we want. That is what I want for my life, that I can stand there in front of the mirror and respect the person looking back at me, knowing that I'm making good, honourable, honest decisions for my life now to be better than I've ever been before. And obviously that takes time. Obviously trust takes time. Obviously healing in whatever parts of our life will take time. Relationships, man, that's a hard one. Sometimes they will take time to build. Sometimes they may not be able to be built back as we want them to be. We have to respect and accept that could be a reality. I'm not trying to say won't, but I'm just saying relationships are so key, because it takes the angle of another person looking at you to feel right about a relationship to return, as much as we want the relationship to return back. It isn't a one-way ticket. It is a two-way transaction. And so we have to understand the other person may not be ready. May not be ready right now. May be ready in the future. But hey, let's not put a time on it. Let's just give distance and a bit of respect to other people when they've been affected by something that has probably really, really hurt their lives. Relationships take a long time to heal back. What I want to say is the work is not wasted. Your work on your recovery is never wasted. Every honest conversation matters. Every healthy boundary you've put in place matters. Every day you've chosen growth over escape back to your addiction matters. Even when no one's ever noticed it, even when no one's probably acknowledged it to you, don't let that stop you. The person that benefits most from your choices is you and me. And over time, something will begin to happen. The small decisions you make and have made begin to build up and accumulate, and your daily choices, good ones that you've made, begin to add up. And the person you're becoming now becomes harder to ignore. Not because you've announced it to the world, but because your consistency, that you've been living this way now, has spoken for itself. It really, really has. Quietly, steadily, honestly, over time. So if you're in a season right now, guys, where it feels like nobody is seeing the work you are doing and putting in, keep going. Don't listen to the negative voices. Don't listen to the silence sometimes, because when nothing's said, you can read into that as in, well, it's no good then, I'm just going to give up. No. Don't allow the absence of recognition to become your reason to ever stop. Some of the most important work you'll ever do is the work that nobody applauds back, but that doesn't make it any less valuable for you. So keep showing up, keep doing the work, keep moving forwards, keep being honest a day at a time. That's all you can do, guys. Please take care of yourselves, and hope that's helped today. I'll see you on the next talk. Take care.